Okay, this video today I'm rekeying these three locks, 2 deadbolts and a knob, and come to find out when I took the plug out, it had master pins in it. So, given that's the case, I'm going to show you basically how to check for master pins in the top pin section here to ensure that the key that we're going to rekey it to operates correctly. So, essentially, and also this is going to work in case you ever have a lock which you have a plug follower in and the plug follower actually accidentally falls out and you have to reset the springs and the top pins. So this is like a 2-in-1 video. I'm just going to go through it, and what I'm doing is I'm pulling the plug follower out one chamber at a time, and I'm going to try to get up here so you can see, but just very slowly pull your plug follower back, and you can see, maybe not in the video, but in real life, you can see the top pin there. And I'm just going to slowly pull the plug follower back until the top, and I'm putting my tweezers on top of the pin so it doesn't spring out. Okay, and you can see there, hopefully, that the pin is out. So I'm going to remove that top pin. Okay. Now we're going to do this each chamber, and this is to ensure that there's no more master pins in the cylinder here. Here's the second top pin, and what I do is I go 3 chambers down. There's the third top pin. So far, no more master pins in the cylinder. And what I do is I'm going to go 3 chambers this direction, and then when I get the third one done, I'm going to push the plug follower the opposite direction, turn the lock around, and do the last 2 chambers. So that way I'm not digging quite so deep into the lock trying to see what's going on. I basically do half and half. Oh, okay, now I didn't put the tweezers on, and the top pins fell out, and this is a top pin. I don't know if y'all saw or heard, but a master pin jumped out somewhere on the floor of my van. So it's a good thing we went through. So now there's guaranteed no master pins in here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to basically repeat the process, but instead of starting at the first one, I'm going to go to the third one. So I don't know if you can see or not, but there's 3 springs, 1 for each chamber. I'm going to start on that middle third chamber. I'm going to set the pin, and I'm going to line it up. Okay? And then as soon as the pin is partially in the hole, I'm pushing the plug follower towards the top. Now that's kind of locked the pin in there. So then what I do is I take the flat part of my tweezers and I push let off a little tension on the plug follower, and I push the pin in. So the middle chamber now has its top pin back. Hopefully this is a good explanation. It's kind of hard to see, and this is really one of those things to where you just got to do it several times before you get it. Again, take the top pin, set it partially in the hole, and then the pressure of the dowel rod, my plug follower pushing forward and my lock pushing back, bind that pin in that hole, and that keeps the pin from slipping out. So basically the pin's jammed in there now. So I take the flat part of my tweezers, let off a little tension off the dowel rod, or my plug follower, which is a dowel rod, 1/2 inch by the way, if you want to make your own, and then that allows the pin to drop in there. So now I'm on the first one. So I've done 3, 2, and here's 1. This would be good. See how it's jammed in there? Hopefully y'all can see that. Okay, it's bound by the plug follower and the lock. I'm pushing them together and it's got that pin bound. And then I take the flat part of my tweezers, let a little tension off of the plug follower, and I push the top pin in, and then I proceed to follow it through. Okay, so now the first, second, and third chambers have the top pins. I'm going to turn it around and do the last 2, just like we did before. And hopefully this is all good on video here. Set it in there, get it started in the hole barely, bind it up, push it down. Same deal, last one. Okay, so now this particular cylinder is guaranteed no master pins. So now when I